Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast, where we spotlight political figures shaping America's narrative coast to coast. I'm Stephen.
And I'm Leah. Today we're heading to the capital of Texas to profile Representative Lloyd Doggett, a lawmaker whose career in public service is one of the longest, most varied, and most resilient in modern American politics.
He's been a fixture in Texas politics for an incredible length of time. Before he ever came to Washington, he had already built a remarkable career, including serving on the state's highest court.
That's right, and it's a crucial part of his story. Lloyd Doggett was first elected to the Texas State Senate way back in 1973, where he served for over a decade. He was known as a leading member of the chamber's progressive wing. Then, in 1988, he ran for and won a seat on the Texas Supreme Court. Serving as a justice on a state Supreme Court is an immense responsibility, and that experience gave him a command of legal and constitutional issues that is truly rare in Congress. It wasn't until 1994 that he was first elected to the U.S. House, already having two full distinguished careers in public service under his belt.
And his time in Congress has been marked by a unique political battle, redistricting. He has become famous for his ability to survive repeated attempts to gerrymander him out of a job.
It's a central theme of his political life. As the city of Austin, his political base, became more strongly Democratic, the opposing party in the state legislature repeatedly redrew his congressional district to make it more difficult for him to win. At one point, his district was famously drawn as a thin line that stretched hundreds of miles from Austin all the way down to the U.S.-Mexico border, picking up voters in completely different regions to try and dilute his support. But through it all, he adapted, introduced himself to new voters, and kept winning. His political survival is a case study in resilience and a testament to his reputation as a hard-working representative. It was only after the 2020 census that he was finally drawn into a safe, compact, Austin-based district.
In the House, he has risen to a very senior and powerful position on the Ways and Means Committee, specifically on health care. What is his role there?
He is the top Democrat, the ranking member of the Ways and Means Health Subcommittee. This makes him one of the most important and knowledgeable voices on healthcare policy in the entire Congress. He has been at the center of every major healthcare debate for years. He was a key figure in the passage of the Affordable Care Act and has been its chief defender against repeal efforts ever since. He is a relentless advocate for lowering prescription drug prices, authoring proposals to allow the government to negotiate drug costs. And he is a staunch defender of Medicare and Medicaid, fighting against any proposed cuts to those essential programs. When it comes to the complex details of health policy, he is considered a true expert.
Beyond healthcare, what are his other major priorities on the full Ways and Means Committee?
As a senior member of the full committee, he is a leading progressive voice on tax policy. He consistently advocates for a tax code that he believes is fairer to working and middle-class families. This includes championing expansions of the child tax credit and the earned income tax credit. He is also a sharp critic of tax loopholes that benefit large corporations and the wealthiest Americans, and he has authored legislation aimed at ensuring they pay what he considers their fair share. He approaches tax policy with the same meticulous, detail-oriented style he applies to healthcare, often dissecting complex tax law to make his case for reform.
So after a 50-year career, his reputation is that of a principled, progressive workhorse.
That's the perfect description. He's not known for fiery speeches on the House floor, but for his sharp, incisive questioning in committee hearings and his deep mastery of legislative text. He is respected by both allies and opponents for his intellect and his tenacity. His long journey through all three branches of Texas government, and then decades in Congress, has forged him into one of the most experienced and unwavering progressive policymakers in Washington. He is a living link to a different era of Texas politics, yet he remains at the forefront of today's most complex national debates.
That's our profile for today. Thank you for listening to the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast. You can find show notes for this episode and links to our sources on our website, pointedwords.com. Please note, AI assists in the creation of this podcast from pointedwords.com. And remember, better pointed words than pointed swords.